Little Johnny and his girlfriend Jenny were quite young, but they knew that they were in love. One day they decided that they wanted to get married. So little Johnny goes to Jenny's dad to ask him for her hand in marriage. Well, Johnny bravely walks up to him and says, "Mr. Smith, me and Jenny are in love, and I want to ask you for her hand in marriage." Well, thinking that it was the cutest thing, Mr. Smith said, "Well, Johnny, you're just a young lad. Where will the two of you live?" Well, without even taking a moment to think about it, Johnny says, "Well, we'll live in Jenny's room. It's much bigger than mine. We can both fit in there pretty nicely." Well, still thinking that it was pretty adorable, Mr. Smith says, "Okay then. Well, how will you live? You're not old enough to get a job. You need to support Jenny." Well, again, Johnny says, "Well, our allowance. Jenny makes $5 a week, and I make $10 a week. That's about $60 a month. That should do us just fine." Well, by this time, Mr. Smith was a little shocked that Johnny had put so much thought into it, so he thinks for a moment, trying to come up with something that Johnny won't have an answer to. Well, after a second, Mr. Smith says, "Well, Johnny, seems like you got everything all figured out. I have just one more question for you. What will you do if the two of you should have a little one of your own?" Little Johnny shrugs his shoulders and says, "Well, we've been lucky so far."